Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com, and I'm their first impressions gameplay video for Kitsu Saga, a 3D anime-inspired MMORPG published by Area Games. And now I'll spend about 10 to 15 minutes running around, check this game out, make some comments. If you guys want to play Kitsu Saga or just learn more about it, do check it out full review on the link below. And one thing I want to say right away is that Kitsu Saga was developed by a company called X Legend Entertainment, and they're actually the same company behind Grand Fantasia. And because of that, there's actually bound to be a lot of similarities between the two games, but I'll show you that once we actually log in. So let's go and choose channel number 1, because we are number 1. I like the epic flying Kitsu in the background. And just like Grand Fantasia had its sprite system, there's a Kitsu system in this game, and they're very, very similar. But let's see, we got Order of the Iron Claw and Flamewood Society, two factions of the game that want to kill each other for various reasons. And the one important thing about the two factions is that they each have 4 distinct playable classes called styles in the game. You can read them down over here. I'm going to choose Flamewood Society because I think this little Chinese dragon thing is more awesome than the tiger. So let's click confirm over here. And you can see, wow, the character models actually look a little bit like Mabinogi. A little bit different than Grand Fantasia because the characters seem a bit more cartoony in that, but we can go ahead and choose our name. I will be Remote. I can choose male or female. And on the male, wow, we got large, medium, and small. And there is a huge difference between small and large. He's like much bigger, my dude. He's like twice as big. You got 5 different face options. He starts off pretty mean. Let's go make him happy. Yeah, he's happy. We can choose our hairstyle, color, and I'm going to stick with my default stuff over here. But one thing you should pay attention to is your character's growth. And what growth does in the game is determine how your attributes will grow in the game as you level up. So if you choose tough, level 1, you'll have 12 strength. By level 60, you'll have 107. If you choose ward, you'll have only 6 strength and then 95 at 60. So it just determines how your stats will actually progress in the game. And before you choose one of those, you want to pay attention to the game's styles, because on the right side over here we got the 4 playable classes in the game. There's actually 4 per faction for a total of 8 playable classes. We got Asura, Water, Astral, and H-Sword, Heaven Sword over here. And you can see what they're all good at. Main weapon swords. His suggested growth is strong and fast. So you want to choose either strong or fast. I'm going to choose fast for this guy because I want some fast DPS. The weapon actually looks pretty cool too, and there's no way I'm going to start with that epic weapon because the game's going to take it away from me. But anyway, let's go ahead and create our character. And we are logging in over here, and there's a little story going on in the background. I am going to skip it for now though, and it's really not that important, and you might want to read it if you're playing the game just for fun, but let's close it out for now. And we're loading Sunny Hill 02. You know what? We're too pro for Sunny Hill 01, alright? We started Sunny Hill 02. So we'll see what the game's graphics are like. And like I said in the character creation screen, the actual animations are a little bit less cartoony and a tad bit more realistic, though they're still cartoony. Just a different art style, I guess. Yep, so here we are in Sunny Hill 02. You can hear the music in the background. And we have our first quest over here. You see a familiar shadow in front of you. Report to Jin Wei. Let's go ahead and do that and accept our quests. And you can see our recruiting tab over here, and I think that's for people that want to help you out, but we'll close it out for now. And we have our quest over here to Patrolman Ji Wei. We bring up our map. And we got a skill thing over there, martial arts head coach. But we can actually go over here, and that brings us right to our quest location, which makes going from point A to point B very easy. I believe Grand Fantasia had a very similar system to that. And let's see what we got over here. Let's go and confirm our reward. Isn't it Remote? Haha, you're as energetic as I remember. Close it out, and he's got another quest for me. And right off the bat, I get to kill some Emerald Vipers, 5 of them to be exact. And my rewards are these Kitsu stones, which I presume will give me my first pet in the game, also called Kitsus. So let's go ahead and do our quest right now. And I like the fact that you can just click go and it brings you to the quest locations. And I'm seeing some Emerald Vipers right now, but where is the auto movement taking me? You know what? I'm going to stop and just kill these right away. So I have my weapon equipped. That I brings up your cash shop, but B brings up your inventory. And C for character. Again, all these Korean MMORPGs are very similar hotkeys. But I already start with a weapon, so let's go ahead and bash some of these guys in. Close it out, and let's go and right click on him. So right click starts your combat, and you can see the attack animations are actually pretty fast. And let's see what skills we start with. I have melee attack, loot item, sit, and focus attack. So let's go and use focus attack, and it's my first skill in the game. And it really didn't take any mana, wow. And it does physical skill power 9. So it only takes 1, I don't think it takes any mana, 7 mana points. Which is not a lot actually, because I have 100 over here, and it's not going down that fast, so there's a really high regen for it. So I can keep spamming it actually, so. But there's like a 2-second cooldown, which actually lets you spam it very effectively because the cooldown is so short. So I have 3 more Emerald Vipers to kill. And let's grind these guys out. So graphically, like I said, it looks a little bit different than Grand Fantasia, but in its gameplay elements, the game is very similar. And I'll show you that once we get our first Kitsu, which I believe I should be getting after I kill these Emerald Vipers. And bam, I already leveled up. I think I leveled up at least. We had all the yellow glow around us. And yep, we're level 2 over here. And let's kill this Emerald Viper. Look at him, the snake thing over here. And one more, and let's do my focus strike on him, and bam. And I gotta go back to Patrolman GUE. And let's go run towards it. My guy's so happy. He just killed like 5 snakes. And you can see other players in the newbie area. This game actually launched into beta on October 1st, making it a fairly new MMORPG. As of this review, of course, this video. And snakes in the way. I've completed my quest. And which Kitsu should I get? This one gives me, all different Kitsus in the game have different auras which affect your actual gameplay. This one over here says it gives me character normal attack plus 2%. I like that one so far. And this guy gives me ESIF plus 5 points. I'm not sure what ESIF is, so I am going to get this Kitsu over here because it gives me bonus attack. And bam, level 3 already. So early on, your experience rate is definitely pretty fast paced. Let's accept this quest too, and we will run towards the martial arts head coach, which I guess we'll be able to get skills from, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and use this over here. Right click, and bam, there's my Kitsu. And it just follows me around and looks really cool. I got like a flying cute Kitsu thing now. So my quest rewards for this one is I get a martial study volume. So let's go ahead and get that and see what that does. Close this out, and he wants me to go back to another NPC. So much of the first few quests in the game involve running back and forth from point A to point B, which is no surprise if you've played MMORPGs before, because the game always starts off like this. But I do like the fact that you can go from, each of the quests tell you exactly where to go very easily. So let's get this one done, and let's see, I gotta talk to Mao now. And I need to get wild boar meat and mountain boar meat. They're very different. Mountain boars and wild boars, completely different animals. So let's run towards the mountain boars right now, because I need 4 of them. And let's bring up my character sheet again, and you can see your stats over here. Pretty basic stuff. You have 3 different stat screens, and they're for different stats in the game. But let's see my Kitsu over here. Can I bring his stats up right now? I have my martial study volume, so let's bring that up. I think I just stand still to do that, so let's do that real quick. It takes a few seconds to open, and we can see I have heavy hit 1, I got focus attack 2, and earthquake 1. I have 20 energy to use, and what is this, XP? That's XP. This one down over here is energy, so you get energy for killing monsters, I guess. Not as you level up, but just as you fight monsters and kill stuff, you will get energy. And the energy looks like it can be spent on getting new skills in the game. So let's go ahead and get heavy hit. Oh, just double click it, right click it. Yep, there you go, you right click on it. And I got a new skill in the game. And does it get equipped automatically over here? I have Soul Echo, which it sends me back to my log point, which is basically your bind point in the game. But it didn't equip automatically, I believe. So let's move this one over to there. And let's go get my heavy hit. And can I click on it over here? Nope. We'll look at that in a second. Let's bring up K to bring up our skills. K is always skills, guys. So let's get a heavy hit and equip it over here. Close that nonsense out. And we're going to fight some wild boars right now. Actually, I ran into a tree, so we're not quite there yet. And we will keep on going over there. Let's bring up the map to see what this area looks like. Map looks pretty sleek and it tells you where everything is. You see all the NPCs and the merchants and stuff on here. Right click zooms it out, and you can see the full world map in the game. And what I like right away is that it tells you what level each zone is. I think every game should do that. And we got some mountain boars to kill. They're very different than wild boars, guys. I gotta kill mountain boars. So we'll click 4 to use one skill, 5 to use another. And wow, I can keep spamming these skills back and forth, so I never have to use regular attacks, which is a little bit neat, and it lets you kind of spam, which is always fun. Because auto-attacking gets boring sometimes, and even if you're spamming the same 2 skills, or 3 skills, or 4 skills, over and over again, you just feel more involved. And wow, this guy is the boar king over here. I'm gonna take my chance and try fighting this guy. He's only level 2, but he's probably like an elite mob, because he's got like red stuff around him. And probably not worth fighting this guy because he's taking a while to kill. And it's actually moderately close, but I think I am going to win. Because I can keep spamming my skills, like I said. My Kitsu over here is so epic. He's just standing there dancing. He's looking all... He's like making punches. What a boss. Oh, I actually just turned around and attacked something else. Let's go and kill this other boar real quick. I'm killing your babies over here, you boar king. He's got a lot of HP, so let's run away. And I want to actually complete this quest because... I think I have to kill that guy for another quest. At least it would make sense, but we'll see. Is he still chasing me? No, he just gave up after like 2 seconds. He's a lazy boar. I love in Korean MMORPGs you can always get away from monsters very easily because they rarely chase you more than a few feet in the game and you're always faster. So it's actually pretty difficult to die to these mobs, unless of course you're running an instance and it gets a little bit more challenging. I imagine the game will have dungeons later on too. Don't worry, I won't give you something, and your little Kitsu talks too. And the neat thing is he actually loots stuff for you, I think, because I'm getting stuff in my inventory and he picks them all up for you, which is always good. And it's actually very similar to Grand Fantasia, and I have to emphasize this a lot because I don't think I can do it right now because I have to complete a quest to do this first. I can't open my Kitsu Cottage yet. So yeah, I do have to open a quest. I have to do another quest to do that. But the Kitsu Cottage in the game is a little instant zone for yourself. Almost like a player housing system, but not really. But just an area where your Kitsu kind of hangs out. And from over there, you can assign missions to your Kitsu, like gathering resources and crafting and things like that. And if this sounds familiar to Grand Fantasia, because it is. Alright, the guys, I mean, the same company made both games. And we had a little question and answer session on MMOHut.com with the Area Games, and one of the producers over there mentioned that the games are still very similar. Because of the Kitsu system versus the sprite system, they're almost identical. Though in this, I think there's a lot more sprites in this, a lot more Kitsus in this game. Is there a tab where we can see them? Let's actually explore the interface real quick, because I have yet to do that. I have to kill this wild boars over here too, after I kill these, of course. And let's explore the interface. You saw the character sheet over there. My skills is K over here, and you get skills by using your energy in the game. I actually have a little bit more energy left, so let's go in and get more skills. And this is kind of cool too, because you don't get your skills by just talking to somebody in town. You get them by earning energy points that you get by killing random monsters in the game. So let's go ahead and get Heavy Hit 2. Let's go ahead and learn that, and bam, I can learn Earthquake 1 too right now. Let's go get that one too. And I don't have enough energy to do it yet, so I need to go kill more monsters. And you gain energy independently from regular experience, which is, like I said, kind of cool. And it makes the skill system in the game a little bit different. I'm running out of energy now over here. I think the yellow bar is my energy. Look at this guy, he's looting everything for me. Loot that one too. There you go. That guy's got a mount, so the game has a mount system as well. I had to kill one more of these wild boars. There we go, there they are. And it's funny because the camp of wild boars is right next to the mountain boars. So it's actually a lot like Grand Fantasia in that the way the quests work in the game, from what I've seen so far, it takes us from point A to point B to point C to point D. And they're all connected to quests, so let's go hand this quest in and I'll probably get another quest to kill more monsters. And it was actually very similar in Grand Fantasia. And I say that in a good way because you always have quests to do, always monsters to kill, and you're not just outside town grinding mindlessly. Let's go hand this one in, the Incredible Bond, confirm over here, bam, I am level 5 now. Close that out too, and I have to give a bag of food to some other dude. So let's go ahead and do that. Flamewood Society Disciple Qian Liu. Let's go talk to that guy. And it should be taking us to him automatically. And I think that's going to bring us somewhere else, because, oh, there he is. And let's go give him the bag of food. A lot of these quests are very easy, but we'll have some, I gotta kill some long-tongued toads right now. Not the short-tongued, the long-tongued guys. So let's click go over here to take us to the quest location. And I'm getting, a lot of newer games spoil me now, because when I see a game that doesn't have this auto walk to the quest locations thing, it gets me really frustrated, because so many newer games have it now, it makes this questing a lot easier. I mean, it takes away the annoying aspects of questing, like finding the monsters and stuff, but they could compensate for it by making the monsters a little bit more difficult, but most games don't do that. And you can just really spam your skills on these guys. And this is another epic boss frog over here. Look at this guy. I don't want to attack him because he's ginormous. So let's go kill a few more of his babies. I'm glad he doesn't mind though. And wow, there's a low spawn of these guys, and they're being pretty camped. Oh, I gotta get that one over there. Can we jump? We actually could jump. I just didn't realize that because I have not hit spacebar for a while. But you actually could jump, and we'll see if we can jump over stuff after we kill this frog. And I'm dazing him too. How am I dazing him? Does my weapon do that? 2% make the target dazed. So yeah, my weapon does daze the enemies or stun them, whatever you want to call it. And we gotta kill a few more of these guys. I'm kind of disappointed because I've yet to get any equipment drops from these dudes. Because I know in Grand Fantasia a lot of the random monsters dropped equipment. I have yet to find something over here. I imagine I'm just getting unlucky though. And even his Kitsu talks too. So you can see what the other Kitsus are saying. And he's got the different kind of Kitsu than me. And let's keep exploring the interface while I kill some long-tongued toads. So let's go ahead and fight this guy. Combat is pretty fast-paced though. It's not action-oriented, but it is fast-paced. We got our faction tab over here. We got our title screen over here, so as we unlock titles in the game, we can equip them. A lot of games have title systems nowadays. We got our inner power over here, which is another way to progress your character, it seems. Not 100% sure how this works right now, but you need energy for it, so I assume instead of spending your energy on getting new skills, you can upgrade some of your stats with it. We got our inner power. We saw that training potentials over here. Level 5 fast growth. We need some training points over here, and it increases your stats, I think. Yep, there's another way of progression through that system, which seems pretty cool. We got our mastery system over here. I can't bring that up right now. We got fame, which shows us different dungeons and the monsters and areas, which is pretty cool. And wow, let's see what else there is here. Let's go kill a few more of these toads while I look at this stuff. We have archives over here, which it looks like it's kind of an achievement system where you can, well, not really an achievement system, but it shows you everything you can unlock in the game. Some stuff in the Kitsu Cottage, some mounts in the game, magic weapons, some rare epics. Yep, there you go. There's a blue, no, some rare weapons are blue. Other ones are, let's see, are they going to get orange? I would imagine they would have purple, but do they just have orange? Nope, we got purple too. So purple is the most popular epic weapons in the game, the most powerful. And these are different Kitsus in the game, and there's actually a very decent amount of variety of them. Just look how many there are. There's a good variety of Kitsus in the game, and they all have different bonuses and stuff too. And you probably have multiple Kitsus too, and switch them out as you need them. But anyway, guys, I am running out of time. If you guys do want to play Kitsu Saga or just learn more about it, do check it out full review on the link below. Anyway, guys, later.